Okay, so this happened a long, long time ago. We're talking like 8 or 9 years ago. Okay, so it was a long time ago. But yeah, basically I used to hang out at this pub all the time called the Alex in Southend, and I've actually lived there. Like, I absolutely loved it there. I had such a good time whenever I'd go there. Good laughs, you know, I made a lot of friends and met a lot of guys. I was a lot more flirtatious back then. You know, I was a lot younger, I was single and a little bit more arrogant, I suppose. But yeah, I definitely was a lot more of a flirt. You know, obviously now I'm a very good girl. I'm engaged in a very loving relationship. I'm not a flirt, but I used to be a flirt, okay? So yeah, I would always meet a lot of guys and it was good. And basically I met this guy, and I don't want to say their names, so I'm just going to use like initials of their names, okay? So I met Jay first, and he was like really cute. Like, he was little, and obviously I'm little. I'm only 4'11". He was really little, and he had like long blonde hair, like, I don't know, not long, but just, I don't know, like neck length, I suppose. He was a bit of a rocker, and I just really liked him, and we used to hang out all the time, and his friends knew my friends, and we all kind of hung out in a big group, had a good laugh, you know. And sometimes we would flirt and sometimes we wouldn't flirt. So I was a bit kind of confused. You know, I didn't know if he liked me in that way or if he just liked me as a friend. So I never really made a move or anything because I didn't want to look stupid. So that was that. And then I also met... Oopsie. I also met A. Okay, so we're going to call him A. So I met A. And he looked completely different to Jay. So he was quite tall, and he was a bit chubby, and he had long dark hair. Also long hair though, to be fair. But it was really, really dark hair. And he was kind of, I don't know, moody and mysterious looking. And whereas Jay was kind of more fun and a bit silly and geeky, he wasn't like that at all. Like, he was fun, like he could have a laugh, but he was more kind of, as I say, mysterious and dark, and I don't know, just very, very different people. But I liked them both, you know, and I started to really, really get on with A, and then A was more straightforward and just said, look, I like you, do you want to go out on a date? And I was like, what do I do? Because I was really, you know, I really was starting to like Jay, but he wasn't making any moves on me, didn't tell me if he even fancied me or not. So I was like, whatever, you know, this guy, A, is good looking, and, you know, he's a bit mysterious and moody looking, so yeah, let's do it. So we started dating, and like, he was nice. Like, I'm not going to slag him off completely, but he was, sorry, I've got a really itchy nose. He was a really nice guy, and we did have some, you know, nice times, but there was just always that something, like something that I didn't trust about him, that I couldn't pinpoint, but I just, you know, I just didn't feel something. There was, I don't know, it was like he was holding himself back about his personality. Like, I didn't really get to know the real him. And even though mysterious and moody is quite sexy, it's also blooming frustrating, because you feel like you don't get to know someone like you should. So anyway, things were kind of okay. I mean, we were still dating and stuff like that. But one night, I'd gone to the pub, okay, and I'd seen Jay. All right, so remember, he's the one I first met, okay? And me and Jay kind of, I don't know, that was like a weird night. We just kind of, even though we was in a big group, we kind of was on our own more. And I remember sitting on a bench upstairs, and I don't know, like, we was just like talking, and we just got on really well. And he just come out of it and said, look, I've got something to tell you, Laura. I really like you. As in, I really, really like you. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he kind of just said how he'd liked me for a long time, that he was just really nervous and he didn't think I liked him in that way. So we've been both kind of doing the same thing, like holding back, not making a move in case of rejection. So at that point I was like, oh, you know, it's amazing. We had a little kiss. It was all good. And I was like, yay, this is great. But what about A? Because I'm still kind of dating him. So at that point I did feel bad. I'll be honest with you, because I had kind of kissed someone else. But me and A weren't like exclusive. We weren't like a couple. We were just kind of seeing each other, you know, dating. It wasn't full on serious. And I think when you're dating, you know, you date other people, you go on dates until you're full on serious with that one person. You can kind of do what you want, in my opinion, as long as the other person knows that. And, you know, so yeah, I kind of thought, what do I do? Do I just end things with A because I did really like A, but as I say, there was always something that I didn't quite trust. And, you know, what do I do about Jay? Because I really like him. So anyway, I'd kind of had a phase of like a week of not knowing what to do. And my friends were like, look, just like sort it out. You can't go on not knowing what you're going to do. And it's, you know, I was like, okay. So I decided that I was going to end things with A, because as much as he was, you know, a cool guy, he was too mysterious and moody for me. And I needed someone who I could just get to know. You know, none of this kind of cloak and dagger stuff. And I had like Jay for ages. But Jay made me really nervous because I really, really did like him. I really did. And I was like, what if it ruins our friendship? But I decided to give it a go. So anyway, this is where it gets dramatic. Basically, oh God. So I'm walking along the high street one day shopping with my friend. And I just happened to look and I saw Jay and A walking along the street together, okay, shopping, and, you know, just walking along. I was like, how the hell does Jay know A? Because, like, I'd never seen them hang around. They're always at the pub different days. I thought, what? And I thought, well, maybe they're just, you know, maybe they are just friends and I've never seen them together. I don't know. So that was that. And I was going to try and, like, avoid them, as you do. So I remember my friend, I was like, quick, we've got to go this way. And we walked round another part of the high street so they wouldn't see us. And we kind of lost them. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Don't think they saw me. It's all good. Then we went into a shop and boom, we literally walked right into them. It was so humiliating and horrible. I was like, they both looked at me and they both like, all right. And I was like, hello. And I thought, this is really weird. Like, it's got to come out. One of them's going to say something because, you know. So I was like, I didn't know you two knew each other. And then I always remember this awkward line of A saying, well, of course I know him. He's my twin brother. I'm not kidding. I nearly fainted on the spot. You know, this was not only were they brothers, they were bloody twin brothers. But they weren't like identical. They didn't look anything alike. Like, literally, they just didn't, all right? I really don't want people thinking, like, I dated people who looked exactly the same. Because I just didn't know. Like, I really didn't know they were twins. And it was just such an awkward situation. And I remember just, like, rushing away with my friends saying, I'll see you later, bye, we've got to go. Anyway, that night, I had horrible messages from both of them. Because they'd obviously, when I'd gone, they'd obviously spoke about me and had found out and discovered that they were both kind of dating me. And, yeah, it wasn't good. And the message was, you make sure you're at the Alex Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. I was like, ah. So, yeah, it's not good. So I was so nervous. I didn't want to go. Like, I was thinking, you know what, I'm not going to go to this pub to be confronted by two twin brothers. It's just going to be awkward. There's going to be loads of people there. But my friend was like, look, you've got to sort this out. You've got to just end it. You've got to like have it all out in the open, sort out. And I didn't know what was going to happen. They were both obviously very angry. I was getting nasty messages from both of them. And even though it upset me that A was being nasty to me, I got more upset by Jay because I really, as I say, I really liked him for a long time. And we were friends. Like, before anything happened, we were friends. So I felt a bit shit for both of them, but more for A. Sorry, no, more for Jay. Even I'm getting confused now. Yeah, more for Jay because we were friends beforehand. Anyway, so basically I went along to the pub and I remember having like a few friends with me because I was like, please come with me, I'm so nervous. And they literally made me wait. I was sitting by the door, like literally shaking. And at that time, back in the day, I used to smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke anymore. And I was literally like one after the other, like, it's like so nervous. And they both walked in together. And they was like, right, we're ready for our chat now. And I was like, oh, fucking hell. Really, like, literally shaking. And, yeah, it was just a horrible situation. And I was trying to explain myself. Like, I didn't know you were twins, you know, I'm sorry, you know, you're both nice guys and I like you for different reasons, and that I'd liked Jay first, but I didn't know you liked me, and blah, blah, blah. And they were just like not having any of it. Yeah, they kind of had like this big row with each other. And then I was like, look, don't row with each other because you didn't know about me. Like, you didn't know what I was doing. It's my fault. I was the one to blame, you know. And, you know, I did kind of feel like it was my fault. But then at the same point, as I say, I wasn't in a serious relationship with either of them as individuals. So it's not like I was full on with someone and cheated, because I wasn't. I didn't know if they were seeing other girls and things like that as well. So anyway, that was that. And I just ended up walking out the pub, went home, cried my eyes out. And that was that. And I remember that night, like really, really early hours of the morning, Jay ringing me. And I didn't want to answer my phone, but I did. And he was just crying his eyes out. And he's like, I can't believe, you know, what's gone on. And he kind of, like, he understood where I was coming from. And he said, look, I don't hate you. And, you know, this is like an awful, terrible situation. You know, I've got my twin brother who, you know, has obviously been dating you. I really like you. And, you know, he said, obviously nothing can happen between us now. And that really got me, because I kind of thought, but why? He still liked me. I still liked him. But no, obviously, you know, and I kind of, you know, I get it now. He's his twin brother and he's had to choose family over a girl. So he said, like, as much as I'd like to, you know, see you and stuff and go on dates, I can't, because, you know, my brother, he's got feelings for you. I've got feelings for you. And we're just going to kind of move forward with this. And yeah, basically, I was kind of dumped as such by both of them. And I was just really heartbroken because, like, not heartbroken because, look, I wasn't in love with them or anything, but I did have feelings for him and, well, more so for Jay, but I did feel pretty shit. You know, I'd lost both of them. But then kind of, you know, it's like, oh, at least it's over. I can just move on, move forward, you know. And that was fine. It was all over from that until a few months later. Okay, so I kind of avoided the pub for a while because you just do. After big drama and everyone's seen all your drama, you don't really want to go back to this local pub where everyone kind of knows your business. So I kind of avoided it. Went back, saw Jay, and he come over to me and said, look, there's no hard feelings, you know, it's all in the past. You know, me and my brother are fine, and, you know, it's all good. And we just kind of got chatting again, and we just become friends again. There was nothing like in it. It was just friends again, and that was all good until, you know, the friendship turned into maybe a kiss or two or three. And yeah, we started kind of going on a few dates. But this time, you know, he knew the situation and he said, we can date, but I can't tell my brother, like, it's got to be like secret dating. And I kind of understood at first, but then I think when you're dating somebody, you don't want to keep it a secret. And I knew why, but it's still, I didn't want to be like this dark secret, you know what I mean? So we went on dates for a while secretively, but it kind of lost its fun for me because I just felt like this dirty, dark secret. And I just thought, what's the point? We're never going to move forward in this relationship if he knows that, you know, it's always going to be a secret. What's the point? He's never going to be able to tell his brother, his family. We're just going to have to, like, be all secretive. It's not worth it for me. It's no point in carrying on. So I ended it. But apparently, I got told afterwards that there was like a massive punch-up at the pub. I wasn't there. It was a massive punch-up between A and J because A had found out that Jay had been seeing me again and he just went crazy. Like, even though he wasn't with me anymore, he just obviously, you know, he got a little bit angry about it. But yeah, that was how it ended, really. And after that, we just all kind of avoided each other. You know, I'd see him at the pub and they'd just walk past me. I'd walk past them. You know, you kind of look away and look at the floor. Anything to, like, avoid eye contact. It was really awful, actually, because, you know, especially with Jay, because we were friends and we couldn't even, like, say hello to each other anymore. It's just, like, awkward. So there you go. That is the story of me dating twin brothers. But as I say, they didn't look anything alike. And they was just so different. Like, I don't know. So, yeah. Awkward. I really want to do more of these story time videos. Like, I've got so many different random stories from my life. Like, I'm 37. I've lived a lot. And and I've got a lot of stories. Some good, some bad, you know, some funny, some sad. So tell me if you want to carry on seeing these types of story time videos. So yeah, I'm going to go now. And also in the comment section, tell me if you've ever been in a situation like this. You know, have you ever liked brothers, maybe twins, you know, or maybe just like brothers, sisters? Just let me know if you've ever been in a similar situation to this. Thanks for watching. Love you all lots. And don't forget, I'm not like this now, okay? I'm engaged. I'm happy. I'm very much in love with my lovely soulmate. Back then, I was a different person. You know, I was a lot younger and I was a big old flirt. And, you know, I'm a nicer person now. Anyway, bye. I was going to say, sorry about this. I just remembered. I pressed stop and I was like, oh, you know, I said that I didn't trust A. Like, there was something about him that I just didn't trust. Well, basically, I was right. My intuition was right, because all along, I found out this afterwards as well. All along, A had a girlfriend, like a proper long-term, serious girlfriend. And I only found that out, like, afterwards. That he'd been with for years. So yeah, I'd done the dodgy, obviously, because I was kind of dating two people. But he was worse because he was actually in a full long-term relationship. And he was seeing me and, I don't know, probably seeing other girls. We'll never know. But yeah, I just remembered that because I just thought, actually, I've painted A as being like a nice guy. But he wasn't a nice guy because he had a girlfriend all along. Oh, that's the postman. Hold on a second. That was the postman. I hope you didn't hear what I was talking about. That'd been well embarrassing. But anyway, but yeah, that's what I wanted to say, really, because I thought, oh, actually, as I say, I've made A sound really nice, and he really wasn't, actually. But yeah, that is really the end of the video now. So please click like and comment and subscribe, and goodbye.